J Reuben Detention Center in Horry County has new de-escalatory equipment for their officers called the G.L.O.V.E. So that stands for Generated Low Output Voltage Emitter, meaning it uses less voltage compared to other electrical weapons. And ABC 15's Jenna Horezo is live at the jail now to show us how it works. Jenna?
The G.L.O.V.E is a safer and more humane option for law enforcement, according to Compliant Technologies, the inventors. It has contact points on the fingers that deliver an electrical charge when you touch it to a specific area on a body. J Reuben Detention Center just purchased 4 sets of the G.L.O.V.E. Inventor Compliant Technologies says it sends out 80% less voltage than a stun gun and is currently used in more than 130 agencies across 27 states. Sergeant of Special Operations Ernest Lowe says it can be used in place of other intermediate objects like a baton or pepper spray.
It's another option for us to use in specific situations where other things wouldn't be effective. That's what we're hoping for. We won't find that out until we actually train with them, because when we train with them, the more we do with it, we'll know where we can use it at.
He says he hopes they won't have to use it often on inmates.
They'll see it and they'll automatically calm down and de-escalate because they'll know what's coming next.
He says the emergency response team officers will use the G.L.O.V.E. Even though the jail hasn't used it on inmates yet, Lowe shared a situation where it could be used.
People would tend to lock their hands together and that you can't pull them apart for handcuffing purposes, for everybody's safety in the room. So you could use this to touch an arm, get them to break their arm loose and be able to apply handcuffs to them.
Compliant Technologies says the device has been used more than 2,000 times in real situations with no reported injuries.
Step in a legislative process that could see a full-out abortion ban here in South Carolina, which, if passed, would make places like this, the Planned Parenthood in West Ashley off Ashley River Road, which is one of only 3 abortion clinics in the state, well, it would make it extinct. A special committee in the South Carolina House of Representatives, or what's better known as a ad hoc committee, was created specifically for abortion just days after the Dobbs v. Jackson Supreme Court ruling came down. Now, the committee, it will hold its first public hearing today to debate a full-out ban of abortions altogether. The hearing will also look over proposals which include wording from a similar Senate bill, and if approved, it would penalize health care providers who help women get abortions and prevent women of certain ages to go out of state for abortions. Now, with this legislation now on the table, some are worried about how this will affect women in the Palmetto State, while some believe it is a step in the right direction.
At the lengths at which lawmakers are going to control people's private medical decisions should concern us all, regardless of your personal views on abortion.
I don't think it's a restriction. We're looking to expand the opportunity for a baby to be born. Just because baby doesn't mean it's not a baby.
Now, the House Ad Hoc Committee is specifically set to review wording in House Bill 5399, which looks to ban abortion, but the specific terms of what that ban will look like has not been defined. Now, coming up in a half hour, we'll talk about what legislation has already been passed here in the Palmetto State and how activists on both sides of the argument have say it has affected places like these here in South Carolina.
Hundreds of people staked out here at the State House, some since 6 this morning, to send a message to lawmakers. And over here to my right, you can still see plenty of security and barricades in place just for this event. Right now, there is a proposal in play that could potentially ban all abortions in South Carolina with no exceptions.
Being born does not all of a sudden give someone value. Their value is inherent from fertilization through birth until natural death.
All day at the State House Thursday, hundreds of pro-life advocates coming face to face with pro-choice supporters.
You call this the land of the free, but all I see is a future where women will merely be incubators to you.
Many waiting hours in an overflow room to testify before a special committee of House lawmakers about a proposal that would outlaw all abortions and criminalize medical professionals involved in the process.
You want to save the unborn babies? Why don't you start with the ones that are already breathing? for pregnant women or people who are soon to be pregnant. My birth mom did not see my life as valuable. Do you?
Abortion survivors, parents, pastors, doctors, and crisis center leaders, all making sure they had a say on Thursday.
We do free ultrasound. All the services that we provide are free of charge.
I ask you to stand up for the innocent, save lives, and criminalize murder.
No biblical belief should be imposed on anyone else, and no legislation should stand in the way of women making their own health care decisions.